G'day, mate, and welcome back to Factorio again with me, JD. So, episode 62. Wow. All right. So, we're looking at still big users of materials, and we've got a couple of options left. We still have the whole science build. So we've got fuel, rocket fuel, which pops out over here. We also have our low density structures and our rocket control units. Now, as you can see, they're both long build times, which means we're going to need lots of assemblers. So those two still have to be looked at. We've got yellow science, which we've got batteries covered. Processing units is a whole separate build we haven't got to. Speed modules we will also need for our rocket control units. So we're probably going to put yellow science and rocket control units somewhere close to one another. So we're running out of options, or running out of things that have to still be built. Solar panels for the satellite, which again, like, you know, satellites use 100 solar panels. I'm looking at the calculator right now, and it's 5 assemblers. It's not what I call a big build. And it doesn't. It also really just doesn't use that much material. Even though, you know, we are talking 100 solar panel for a satellite. We're doing 3 satellites a minute, so you know it will add up. But compared to a lot of the other builds, it's just not that big. So I've looked through the list, and like, we haven't done green circuits, we haven't done red circuits, we haven't done blue circuits. They're all going to be massive. There's something I actually need to play with off camera to confirm I have a working build to then bring it into this world. So yeah, we're going to ignore that for the moment. We've still got red and green science, but as I said earlier on, just don't use that much in the way of material. So they're going to be towards the end of the bus, where we're really building everything backward with, you know, the biggest producers first and the smallest producers towards the end. But we do need to do engines. Plain old engine units for blue science. Now, blue science is one of the sciences with the highest amount of assemblers, basically. Because, you know, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 12 seconds takes twice as long. You might say, oh, these take 10, 14, and 14 seconds. They do, but they produce 2 science packs. Because blue just produces 1 science pack, the build is actually massive. Right? We're going to be topping out at about 54 assemblers, whereas purple science and yellow science are at 46 assemblers. Actually less than that, because the beacon setup is different. So yeah, it's a big build. So I want to look at engines. Now, we have done an engine build, so I'm going to use the mastery of blueprints and whack one down, because we can. Let's be honest, it's Factorio. If you can blueprint something, you should blueprint something. There's no point to reinvent the wheel time and time again. So we need beacons, as always. Speed modules, as always. We're going to need red underground and more of them beaconing thingies. And probably some prod mods. Yeah, we're going to need prod mods as well. And blue belt. Yeah, because I turned off my request for blue belt. That was maybe a mistake. Blue belt. Maybe not so many undergrounds. Prod mods. And more speed. And maybe less beacons. No, we'll have those beacons back. Alright. Go bots! That was eventful. Okay. So that's the build we're using for electric engines. Now this says we need 36 per second, which is much bigger than this. And somebody pointed out to me, and I didn't even look, I can actually list the rate in express belt. So I can see we're almost up to half a belt of pipes, which come in here. Build a couple of them. So we know what goes where. So in theory, we can duplicate this whole build again to cover us for a whole belt's worth of... Oh, gotta get everything to line up. That looks about good without that there. I think that's right. We will need beacons, of course. And we will need more beacons, of course. And some of those modules I put back. Nope. Oh, did I need beacons? No. Modules. Oh, okay. I need blue inserters. What else do I need? No. More modules. You, go. Come back. Alright, so let's get power sorted. What are we doing? We're outputting in sets of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2. So all this row needs to be rearranged. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. We'll just leave it there for the moment. Power, 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 power. Power. Power poles we're going after the blue ones. Alright, we'll just leave that there. So what are we missing? Just lots of power. Let's just throw a substation here at the end just to power everything quickly. Quick and dirty. Okay. So we're up to 23.3 for almost a whole belt of pipes. The calculator actually says I need 1.29 belts of pipes. With steel. Where's my steel? Steel's still being used over multiple things. Let's change. Look at that one. So this says I need 1.29 belts of pipe. So i.e. more than what we can support currently. And actually, we would have to reverse these two. Because one of them's on a red belt, which means we top out at 26 items. We're going to put that there, and we're going to change you to pipe. And we want to change that to fast belt. Our build's already too big. Let's trim those out. Where are we up to? Still over 0.5, so we're going to bring those out as well. That is a build. At 23 assemblers, we need 36. 36 divided by 2 is 15, 16, 17, 18. So really, at 18, i.e. those, that becomes our build. Which I think is pretty much what we started with. That's 18 assemblers. That one there is 17 assemblers. Yep, that's pretty much what we started with. So, let's just trim from there onwards. That can all go away. Helps if I actually let go of the mouse in the right spot. We need to replace our end beacons. There and there and there. Throw a substation on the end just because it's easy. Oops, go pick up the extras. So, run that calculator again. We're at half a blue belt of pipes, but we're at... So we're at 20 items each. Okay. So it means the only option would be to duplicate that whole build, place it there, which is fine so far. Don't forget, we're gonna, at the end, we're gonna have 0.9 of a belt. So almost a whole belt of engines. Now, all these are being outputted to one side, which is fine. Because again, as with all the other builds, we're... as with all the other builds, we are... Okay, that's all done. We're using blue belts, so we can put up to 20 items. We're putting 13 on there, so that's fine. 13. 13. So with two builds put together, we're at 27 items, and this says I need 36. Something went wrong. 36 assemblers. This says I need 46 assemblers. That's an issue. We'd have to add yet another copy of this. Or work out a way to get higher throughput. Okay. So, 1/2. Oh, because I took 36 and divided it rather than 47, which is the numbers we need. Ooh. Alright, so we're doing 19 pipe on a blue belt. If we were to do... Go back to the way we had it. So we do pipe on the red belt, which maxes out at 26.6. And then we do gears and steel on the blue belt, the blue undergrounds. Then we have a hope. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Back to the drawing board. So we have 18 and we want to get to 24. Roughly. That many. Line up. Lines up. Come on, bloody inserters. Give me more inserters and more blue underground, it looks like. And more assembly machines. Assembly machines in that one? Nope. That's assembly machines. That's prod mods. You need an inserter. We need more beacons. Because we need everything built so we can calculate the maths quickly and easily with max rate calculator. So at 26.4, we're just over a full belt's worth, but that's okay. That is okay if we have... because we don't need max throughput. I've actually got one assembler too many. Well, 1.3 assemblers too many. Yeah, we're in the nitty and gritty now. Okay, so we needed more beacons. I've got the speed modules. What else do I need? Blue inserters, I think. No blue inserters. What else was I missing? Red underground. Oop, that one. We're not at the point of missing belt yet, but we're getting close. Oh, and because I blueprinted, that's out of whack. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 1. It's quicker and easier just to destroy that. And then re-blueprint the top half and put it on top of the bottom half. Okay. And we'll throw a substation on the end for good measure. Okay. So the big question is, we're at 36.9. We need 36 neat. Let's do the bottom one. We are using slightly too much pipe. So we have to be aware of that. So actually let's for simplicity of the calculator remove one whole assembler. So we're at 51.7 pipe, which is under the amount we need. We can feed it on a red belt. We're outputting 36.19, which is technically above what we need. We only need 36. We're under on our blue belt, because our blue belt has a max throughput of 80, and we're using 25 and 25 being 50. So that means that's the correct one. So we go pipe there, and we go that one there. Then I'll put this extra assembler back, because it's really not going to hurt us having it. Yes, we can't feed it at full speed, and technically we don't need it, but it really won't help. Really won't hurt. Probably won't help much either. So the only other thing I need to do is I need to get everything on one belt, like so. This will output on this side, which I'll need to twist up and down. You'll have to come out one more square. Bring that up to there. So we'll fill half a belt from the top, half a belt from the bottom for what is essentially half a belt of steel with half a belt of gears with a belt and a half of pipe. That's that build done. Wow. Okay. So that only leaves some of the really nasty builds left. So we've got the whole science builds, which we haven't touched, and I'm not going to touch yet. But we do have rocket control units, which... no. Low density structures. Okay, let's have a play with low density structures. I expect this will actually go over 2 episodes. So be warned. Now, low density structures need basically 3 belts, 3 materials in, and a lot of assemblers to do so. Okay, so we're going to start with our standard max beacon pattern. Okay, we're just going to get rid of everything so we've got a blank slate. We're going to set you to low density structures. And then let's look at some maths. So we need steel in, copper in, plastic in. 10 of each, 10 of one and 5 of each other. So if I make plastic and copper share a belt, which is entirely reasonable. Where are we? Put that there, put that there, make 1, 2, 3. Come on. 1, 2, 3. We put plastic, copper from memory. Plastic, copper, and then steel on this belt. Okay. Let's grab some power so we can start having max rate calculator do some of the maths. So this is going to use bugger all and output bugger all. And that leads us to our very, very first problem. We need 41, for argument's sake, of these per second. So, straight away, let's put that there, that there. That's where we're going to output, that's for sure. That mining productivity, 105. We'll blueprint that, and we're just going to duplicate it twice more, providing I run out of materials. Back to the train of all the goodness. Have your beacons, sir. Build my minions. Alright. So we're just over 1 item per second, and we've used, let's go with 8. 8 out of 40. Which means we could duplicate this 5 more times, and that's a whole belt done. So let's really quickly do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 builds. Nope. Yes. Do I have assemblers? Do I have stack inserters? Don't have any prod mods. Assemblers? I don't see assembly machines in my inventory. Let's raid assemblers. Oh, there they are. Sure. Go get me more stuff, train. Undergrounds. I might have run out of underground as well. Okay, that potentially, once it's built, is a full belt's worth. For 5.5 items per second, we need... Same with everything. Actually, this one we need slightly more because it goes into the satellites. So we need 95 items, 96 items per second, and we need an extra 13-ish to do satellites. Now, I'm happy to do satellite builds separately. Or maybe not, we'll see. Currently, we need that train. You are refilling. You're doing modules. That's empty, that is empty. You do have beacons, you got 100 modules. You, sir, have got 100 modules. You only carry 100 modules. Get your ass back here. For the train. And then we'll go finish building this. So what we need undergrounds, lots of prod mods, speed mods, and beacons. And less shit in my inventory. Actually, let's craft a few. Those. Do really wish beacons stacked higher. I forgot the underground. As soon as I ran down here, I realized I forgot it. Okay, so I just need all the underground in the world. They can go back. Let's grab 2 stacks and see if that's enough. Boom. So we don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. And we don't need that anymore. That becomes the end of the build. Alright. So to confirm, we've used a whole belt of steel, half a belt of copper, and half a belt of plastic for 5.6. Like I said, we need... where's my map? So we need 36 of these items per second, which actually equates to 95 assembly machines. We currently have 15. So this build, 30 assembly machines. 60 assembly machines. 90 assembly machines. We're still short. $91, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That's the build. In theory. In theory. So I'm going to end this episode here. I'm going to bring you guys back after this is built. And we'll see what we can do to maybe improve things. Because, yeah, I don't like the look of that. It's massive. But we will see. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, thoughts, comments, suggestions, what the hell I screwed up down in the comment section below. Along with, I don't know, what else do we need this episode? I don't know. I'm sure you guys will remind me in the comment section below. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye!